on my 20th birthday, I was in the shoe. I was in Tehachapi, Asset, getting ready to go to Pelican Bay. And I remember that was my first time drinking Pruno and shit. and I was 20, it was my 20th birthday. And I was just in there like, man, I don't got nothing to do. And then my mom and them used to send me books, but all the books I used to get was like coming from like Quan, like Sister Soldier, like the East Coast perspective. And I didn't have nothing to do, so I just started writing. I remember that. So I was like 20, and I was already down probably about 6 years. That was one of the things like that got me out. Like I tell people all the time, like books, like not only it got me out, it helped me because it helped me escape reality. I was writing books and I end up like a month down. A month gone. So I write another book, I look up another 3 months gone. Damn, 3 months gone that fast? Here come another package. I was knowing because I was getting packages. Damn, by the time I look up, then I got 3 books written. But some people, like I say, like I seen people go in there, they smartest people in the world come in there walking like zombies after they leave out of there.
Now, how are you able to write lengthy books? Because you're limited with paper, you're limited with pencils. So how do you have the necessary resources to knock out the amount of writing it takes to do a book?
I mean, if there will, there a way. I was writing on toilet paper, bro. I was writing on toilet paper. I could show you some of my original works. Like I was writing, like I'll take like envelopes I was getting from my mom, I'll fold them up. Like I was writing like I get like 10 10 words in like half a line. And then I double up that line. So a paper that got 27 lines, that was really 54 lines to me. Like I was like doing all kind of stuff. I was taking the brown sack bags that they used to give us, put our lunches in. I used to write on that, and I used to number them. That's how I kept everything.
And you're doing this because you just can't say to the guard, hey, I need some more paper for my book I'm writing.
Right. But what I used to do, I used to lie about I need toilet paper. I used to like get extra toilet paper and stuff like that. But then like it's not like once you get to that point where people know you, like it ain't hard. Like you get other people there give you stuff. Like then I start getting to the point I start selling my soups and stuff for like I start sacrificing. I start selling my soups, like stamps and stuff like my folks were sending me our stamps I had. It just became a hustle. Like I was getting paper, like that wasn't a problem. My first book I really completed was this book right here. It's called Born Killerz. Born Killerz, like at this time, I wrote this book like on some, I want to expose the ugly truth about gangster kids. I didn't want them to go through what I was going through. Like I wanted to show everything glitter ain't gold. And a lot of people in this genre, like from Sister Soldier, Quan, Wahida Clark, like different authors and stuff like that, they was all come from an East Coast perspective. And I wanted to talk about the West Coast perspective. Like they was talking about big drug pens and stuff like that. Like we don't really have that. We had like red and blue kings and stuff like that. We had gangs. So I wanted to talk about that. So that's what I decided to write about. And this book, crazy part about it, this book right here did the most numbers, but this book took me the longest. It took me 2 years to write this book because I didn't know my craft. I didn't know if I was writing stuff wrong. I'll write something, I'll ball it up, throw it away like, nah, that ain't it. Now I could take 2 weeks to write a book.
And some of that book was actually written in Pelican Bay?
That whole book was written in Pelican Bay. Mind you, like I said, I got locked up so young, writing books, like going to school, all that stuff was out to me. I was too busy trying to, like, you know, I didn't even graduate junior high school, none of that, bro. I was caught up, like I was running the streets, like. So the whole thing about it, like, by the time I really became like, let's say self-aware about stuff, like I was already like, in the shoe and just different stuff like that. I used to have like some of my homeboys that I was locked up with help me write my letters to my mom and stuff like that because I didn't really know how to write. It got to the point I got tired, like my mom, like, I hope you okay, like don't let nobody do nothing to you. Like who the fuck, like who would let another grown person read that out loud to you? So that was like embarrassing. So I decided to like try to take it on myself and start writing it. And by the time I did get in like the Monster Cody book, I'm like, oh man, like damn. If he could do it, I could do it, but I was already writing books. Like a lady from Australia, I went like on this pen pal site, and a lady from Australia sent me that book. She sent me that book. Like I went, like I was so desperate at that time. I went on a pen pal site. Like I was doing all kind of stuff. I was in the shoe, and like I was getting like different feedback, like telling people like I want to be an author, like I'm inspired. And the lady in Australia sent me Monster Cody book. 2009 I got released, and I got like I got one book published right before I came home, and then I got like about at that time about 60 books that I had written that's not published.
Now, the first book you published, did you self-publish that, or did you get a deal? How did that come about?
No, okay. So this book right here, even though it say No Breaks Publishing, which is my company, I was signed. I was signed to Quan, signed through St. Martin's Press. Like, we had the big distribution deal and stuff like that. So what happened? This book did a lot of numbers. This the book really that opened up a lot of doors for me. Like, this the book that really like through it all, like that I came home, it made it like, okay, he really got something going. Yeah, so my first book did so good, whereas I was at a bidding war with a lot of publishing houses, like on my second book. But a lot of publishers, they didn't want to give me the deals that I wanted because of my background. Your talent and your following and you did numbers, that's an asset, but your character a liability. Meaning you still know you only got one book, but you still be out here with your homeboys, you still get caught up in street life, but you just did a lot of time. So we don't know if we want to invest this much money into you because you're still a liability to us. To me, I'm like, man, look, I just did all these numbers. My life didn't change. I didn't look at it like, okay, I'm still be out here with my homeboys. I had to learn, like, you can't rattle the fence. Even if you're an author, you get signed to a major, you still have to promote your own, you got to promote your book yourself. So it don't matter who you sign to, you still got to push it. So I realized, like, I'm going to start my own publishing stuff.
Now, you actually have other authors signed to you now.
Yeah, I have officially under us, we at 8. We at 8 right now, but I got about 20 prepping, meaning like that I'm coaching, that I'm prepping. I'm either gonna be their agent while they go shop books, or I'm helping them like within the process. But we got 8 that's officially signed to us.
Now, a lot of people think that you write a book and you become a millionaire.
That's false.
Let's talk about the realities of what being an author and a book publisher is like in terms of financially.
Well, the reality of it is this. I got bookstores, clothing stores, smoke shops. People see that but don't even know this is a hustle. Like, it's like everybody want to be a rapper. Nowadays, we all got our own fingerprints, so everybody feel they got their own story to tell. Everybody feel my story is going to be the next bestseller. If you write my story, but a lot of people don't know it's a hustle. It's more than a hustle. It's like, I know people, I published a book and I told the young lady like you need to get out. How I did it, I wasn't, even though I was from the streets, I really got it out the trunk. I was going in my enemy hoods. Like, I was going to people I used to shoot at, and they was so happy just to see me out here doing positive, because you'll be surprised how the universe is. When you put positive to the universe, positive results gonna follow. If you put negative in the universe, negative results gonna follow. So with me, the same people I used to shoot at, they calling me, hey T, man, let us do a sign art. Can you let us get a book? We want your books. Or can you send my folks some books in prison? And the universe sent this positive wave to me, whereas I wasn't scared to go to the local gas station and say, hey, hi, my name's Terry Wroten. I wrote this book called Girl, I Had Enough. Would you like to buy it? And that's the whole thing. Like, I get a lot of people think, oh, I wrote a book, I'm automatically gonna get rich. That's the biggest downfall I ever seen, like in the publishing business, because most people think that. Anybody, oh, I took all this time to write this book and I'm gonna be rich. It's 1 million people, books come out, over 3 million books come out a year. What's gonna make you a bestseller when only out them 3 million, only let's say 300 make it to New York Times bestseller list? So what's gonna make you stand out? It's like hitting the lottery. So in that meantime, you still gotta get out here and hustle. You still gotta get out here and can't be scared.
What type of advice would you tell a young person that maybe wants to write under you or wants to write urban novels like you?
Well, first, like, my first advice is just to write, bro. Most people hit me up and they say, I got a story, what can I do, where do I start? It's just like this. And we on Street Gang, so I could break it down in layman terms. If you telling your homeboy, oh yeah, I just cracked this girl, man, she was walking down the street, she was on Crenshaw, I turned on Vernon, I seen her, she was bad. You write like that, just write it. Don't worry about it, you writing wrong or none of that, because let me tell you about this industry. They got editors, they got typesetters, they got people who will fix it for you. You don't have to pay. Or if they like your story enough, they're gonna do it for you. Just write. It's just like how I'm telling the story now. That's how you write. Just tell your story. If you talking about, oh yeah, I went to this person's hood, I seen this dude, I shot at him, I ran, I hopped on the bike, I seen a metro coming, I hopped on the metro rail, and then when I got to the metro rail, I saw his other homie, I knocked him out. Just write that. Don't worry about is you wrong or right. Just write it. Like, and that's in layman terms. So what I'm saying is, if you feel in your heart you got a story to tell, the best way to do is to get it out. Don't go back over it when you writing. Just write. Just write. Because when you go back over, you like, nah, I don't like that. Then you throw it away or you start over, and that's when you keep at point A. Then when you realize, by the time you get to, once you realize you keep doing like that, you realize like your patient level is not where it's at. So that's the whole tip. Just write, man. That's the best game I can give a person. Just write.
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.